He broke him mentally. Jaron Ennis didn't mince words reacting to Shakur Stevenson's destruction of Teofimo Lopez, and his take hit hard. While many focused on punches and scorecards, Ennis pointed to something deeper, the psychological collapse that unfolded round by round. Stevenson didn't just outbox Lopez. He drained his confidence, disrupted his rhythm, and took away his belief. The contrast was brutal. Calm control versus growing frustration. From a fighter's perspective, that kind of domination cuts deeper than knockdowns. Ennis's reaction reframed the fight as more than a physical loss. It was a mental unraveling that could echo long after the final bell. "Yo, you called it, bro. You really called it." And I remember sitting there watching it live, phone in my hand, timeline going crazy. And I'm seeing dudes in the comments like, "Nah, he biased. He tripping. He reaching. But nah, you called it. You said it straight up. You said 93. And what happened? That drone was a 12-0 shutout. 12-0. Clean sweep. No debate. No controversy. One of those scorecards where you don't even gotta squint or argue with your homie on the couch. It was just obvious. And the crazy part is, the only reason I personally said 93 was because in my head, I thought Teo was gonna start early. I really did. I thought he was gonna come out hot, try to establish something, maybe catch Shakur still downloading, still getting his timing. I thought Shakur was gonna take his time, not necessarily lose the early rounds, but you know how boxing politics be. Sometimes if you're not doing much early, judges still swing it the other way. I figured Shakur would be in that mode where he's just coaching through the rounds, figuring him out, touching him, moving, not fully opening up yet. In my mind, I'm like, all right, first 3, maybe 4 rounds. Shakur just chilling, feeling him out. Then after that, once he got the read, he was gonna take off. That was the picture in my head. But nah, Shakur took off from round 1. From the jump. No warm-up laps. No slow start. He was already in 5th gear before the bell even felt cold. And watching it, I'm like, damn, he looks good. Not just good, but like super good. Sharp, comfortable, in control. Everything he threw had a purpose. Everything he didn't throw also had a purpose. So when you ask me what I saw technically that made it look that way, it was simple but deadly. Shakur was just too fast for him. Not just hand speed either. Mind speed, reaction speed, decision-making speed. He broke him mentally in the first round. And that's something casual fans don't always catch. You can see when a fighter realizes, oh, this is different. You could see it on Teo's face. Like, okay, I can't just walk in. I can't just time this. I can't bully this. Every time he thought about doing something, Shakur was already gone or already touching him. That kind of thing messes with you early. That jab was cooking him all night. Straight up, that's all Shakur really had to do. He could have boxed an entire 12 rounds just off that jab, and it still would have been the same result. It wasn't just a jab to score points either. It was a jab that stopped movement, stopped confidence, stopped ideas. Every time Teo tried to step in, pop jab. Tried to reset, pop jab. Tried to think, pop jab. It's frustrating as hell when you're on the other side of that. And people keep asking, did he even leave first gear? Because to the eye, it looked like cruise control. And honestly, yeah, he was chilling. That's what it looked like to me. No panic, no rush, no moment where you're like, oh, he's digging deep right now. He was just out there doing what he does. Smooth, calm, almost bored in a way, like he knew exactly how the movie ended, and he was just watching it play out. Now, a lot of people feel like if he had let his hands go more, he could have got the stoppage. And I get that. I really do. And yeah, for sure, he probably could have. If he stepped on the gas, sat down a little more, took a few more risks, that stoppage was there. But that's not Shakur. And that's the part people gotta understand. Shakur isn't out there to entertain you by risking the W. He's there to win, look good doing it, and leave with no damage. He's more like, sit back, boss, make you look bad, make it look easy. And that's exactly what he did. He didn't just look good, he looked great. Nah, scratch that. He looked super great. Elite. World class. Like somebody operating on a completely different level than the guy across from him. It was a 12-0 shutout. And he did his thing. You can't knock everybody out. Boxing ain't about that all the time. And people forget that. If you wanted to chase a knockout, yeah, maybe it happens. Maybe it doesn't. But why risk it when you're already winning every second of every round? And let's talk about that moment they took from him. That knockdown. That body shot. I think it was the 4th or 5th round. I remember jumping like, yo, that's a knockdown. He folded him. That was legit. But they waved it off. And even with that taken away, it didn't matter. The fight was already out of reach. And you said something to me a while back that stuck with me. You said the fights that everybody thinks are gonna be the tough fights usually aren't. And the guys nobody talks about, those be the tough ones. And that's facts. Boxing history backs that up every time. It's always like that. Fans swear up and down. This is the toughest fight of his career. Social media going wild. Think pieces everywhere. And then the bell rings. And it's easy work. Meanwhile, you fight some dude nobody knows, no hype, no pressure. And suddenly you're like, why is this guy still here? Why is this harder than it should be? Not even always hard in terms of danger, but awkward, uncomfortable. Like, this dude don't belong in here. But somehow he making it weird. Styles make fights. Unknown styles make headaches. And that's exactly why you gotta take every fight seriously. Because you never know. And that mindset? That's championship mindset. Treat everybody like they pound for pound king. Undefeated. Dangerous. Hungry. Because the moment you don't, that's when boxing humbles you fast. And Shakur fights like somebody who understands that. No wasted motion. No ego. No need to prove anything extra. Just get in. Do the job. Get out clean. So when people say, oh, he boring, or he could have done more, I don't buy that. That performance was art. That was mastery. That was a dude showing levels. And if you really know boxing, you appreciated every second of it. Bottom line, you called it. The noise didn't matter. The bias talk didn't matter. The fight told the truth. And the truth was simple. Shakur was in control from the first bell to the last. No drama. No debate. Just dominance.